Oh, goody, another exam.
I'm a cheat again.
Una is going to let's see here because this is a completely new day from the last time, right? All right. What bag of trick goody am I gonna? Oh no!
Giant elk.
Bring forth the giant elk! Well, I guess I'm gonna do the thing I said I was gonna do at the masquerade. Una's gonna have one hell of an entrance. And somehow, like, she does this outside, not in the dorm, obviously, because the odds of this happening are 1 in 8, and she's like, that's gonna be a big thing. So she would be chilling on her giant elk, like, check me out, everybody. Look what I got. Why the hell not?
Something that I wanted to do was invite Onyx to be my Oh, 100%. Like in person, like dressed up as nice as I possibly could be, like in proper fashion, uh robe, jacket on, uh no shirt because Runner inspired me. Uh
Nice.
yeah, like maybe like standing on top of Leafy to like be taller instead of just like a short little kid. Uh okay. Oh yeah, that's a 7. Yeah. Knock politely. Is there a like proper way to try and court somebody on my from my homeland? Like, is there any sort of special thing that they would do there? Okay. So, okay. Could I use Druidcraft to like make a flower bloom, like, and hand it to her as I ask if she opens the door? Uh, in typical Witherbloom fashion, it is a real dark flower, like kind of a deep purple. But as it blooms, like there's like a gold lining around the petals, the kind of like a bioluminescent glow. Well, I'm doing really good, Professor Onyx. How's your day going? Well, see, I mean, right now, no. I mean, I'm just studying for exams tomorrow, uh, and I was just kind of thinking maybe uh, if if well maybe so do you want to go to the masquerade with me? And then I hold up the little flower as it blooms. Uh, oh, yeah, of course. Uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I understand. Well, of course, it's for you. I hand it to her. Well, yeah, it's like I've been studying for exams, so I'm just trying my best. Oh, what about relics? Well, well, yeah, yeah, of course. Uh, so uh there's they're usually pretty ancient, right? And and usually they're like made by pretty powerful people, right? I think I remember a couple relics from like back back at my home. Oh, sure, sure. That's whatever you say, Professor Onyx. Uh, thanks, thanks for being so nice. Well, I know you don't want to like go with me to the masquerade, but are you gonna are you gonna be there? Well, maybe maybe we could share a dance, just just as 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 people of the same institution. Yeah, that's an 8. That's cool. I totally understand. Uh, thanks, thanks, Professor. I'll see you for class, and uh I'll see you later. Stupid, stupid, so stupid.
You did this, runner. You did this, runner. I blame you.
What? I made him be adorable?
Yeah, that's a 10. These rolls are going good tonight, guys. Okay, okay.
I would look into the Dead Languages Society because I feel like that would extend my ability to study my ulterior motive.
I am going to the Biblioplex to see if there's anything with the words Ghostfire anywhere in there. And then also probably study for the upcoming exams a little bit.
Una will be studying for her upcoming exams at the Biblioplex, but on the back of her giant elk. She walks, like, the elk walks in and it's like ACDC Back in Black plays in the background. And she's just like, she's chilling on the back of it with a book in her hand, like, what's up? I got this.
Excellent. Excellent.
Uh, I mean, I would head to the Biblioplex and get that Divine Interventions book. If I saw Runner and Una there at the Biblioplex, um, I would probably share the book with them and tell them that Professor Onyx um, suggested it to me. I'm not sure I would actually tell them that I asked her to the masquerade and got shut down. It's kind of embarrassing.
Una would inquire just for shits and giggles.
I would definitely raise an eyebrow when you say Professor Onyx.
Yeah, like because we know you have a crush on Professor Onyx.
She's just my one of the heads over in my dorm. I just ran into her.
So did you ask her out?
Yes, yes, and she shut me down. She shut me all the way down. I stood up on Leafy. I made a flower and everything, and she just turned me down. Her heart belongs to someone else.
Oh,
Well, that doesn't mean no forever.
yeah.
Well,
It means definitely no for right now.
well, I mean, see, the thing about Witherbloom is like, even in death, like things still kind of go on. So, you know,
You
you,
guys
you.
date zombies in Witherbloom?
Well, I mean, I don't know. It seems like it wouldn't be too far fetched.
Fair.
Things do smell a little funky over there.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
my flower. She, I gave her this flower, and she like tied a little knot on the bottom, and she gave it back to me, and she tied it on my waist. It
Cute.
smells really good.
What happened to your shirt?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's just in my dorm room. I was I was I was just trying to be kind of cool, like you, Runner.
It looks good on you.
Thanks. Maybe I get maybe maybe hey could could you give me like a tattoo of this heart right here, like right on my hip right here?
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do some push-ups and then we'll do a tattoo tomorrow.
So cool.
Guess we're kind of starting a study group, aren't we?
Yeah.
Basically doing what we did the first time.
So
Yeah,
Una would
Avro would
say,
be
"Hey,
in the
we passed."
Biblioplex around as well.
Yeah, Una would say, "Hey, let's do that study group things. It worked so well last time."
my motive is still to try to um, save my think tank that was transported supposedly into the blind eternities. So I'm just trying to get all the information I can about the blind eternities, um, even like what might be ancient lost knowledge or something like that. Yeah, that's a great lead. I'll definitely run with that.
Um, he would probably in realizing that he like scraped by on the last test. Like I know that he aced it, but like for him, he's just like, well, I did good on that one. I might as well keep doing good. But he still wants to do his research, so he figured he might as well start to like link the research that he's supposed to be doing with the research that he wants to do. So he's looking to see if there's any way runes, because one of the tests we're doing is runes, right? Or whatever we're studying on, he's seeing how it links to uh, snarls and stuff.
Oh,
So
like
like everything that he's studying, he's seeing if there's any information that correlates between the two that like he could glean something off of to understand more about snarls.
I think he mentioned earlier he was going to join our study group, so he would have heard about the relics from the.
Yeah, yeah. So he kind of sees like a god walking is like a manifestation of a snarl. Like it's an actual, a fully like, because he knows that his snarl is intelligent. Like, so it's like his is like an unformed god. You know what I'm saying? So he sees his maelstrom as like an unformed god, where gods now become their snarls that made it. Like that was his conclusion that he comes to with his +1 intelligence. He's like, gods are just snarls that made it. Like yeah, and he's like now that he's understanding that there is a way to like form through like the maelstrom, to like because he knows that there's like different types in there, and he's started to kind of understand that you can split them apart. He just hasn't figured out how to do it yet.
No, but Una at one point, just for chaos factor, because this is just how she is going to release one of her animals loose in the library just for shits and giggles. Not the elk though. So she's
Unless you
gonna
roll
release
another elk.
unless I roll another elk. Oh thank God. Worse, it's a dire wolf. Essentially run around and try to knock books off shelves and disrupt people's studying so that way she could like be like, yeah, get us a better score than everybody else. Like to basically to mess with the curve.
God damn it.
Pure chaos. Come on.
It's technically not cheating yet.
No, it's not. But she is doing it to kind of mess with people. Una will pretend that she is reading her book the entire time on the back of the giant elk while the wolf is running around doing all this. Like, she's watching, but at the same time, she's just pretending like, this wasn't me. I was really hoping for a boar or a badger, not the wolf and the elk today. At least not right out of the gate. All right.
From the back of your giant elk.
Woo! Deception's one of her skills. She's very good with it. and when she did and when she did release the dire wolf, she kind of did it in a way that was like she and the elk were like the elk was just quietly walking around, then she just kind of dropped the ball and then it just kept walking. So like it couldn't be tied to her actually being the one who brought it. God, I wonder if she rolled a natural 20 on that insight.
Wait, who's she asking? I couldn't tell you what's going on about that. I'm just happy it didn't come over here. I might have had to interrupt my studying for a little fisticuffs.
Luna just seems like looking deep into her book, trying to. She's using the book to hide her smirk.
I would say that Avril probably didn't even notice that she's the one that did it either. His passive perception is only a 12.
File version
that?
What the hell?
I no.
Being hacked by aliens.
Right?
There we go. Okay, Twitch should be able to hear me now.
Hey, Buff. Yeah, Twitch should
Yeah.
barely hear you.
Yeah, I just fixed that. They should be able to hear me now.
Okay.
So, yeah, she kind of isn't really paying any mind to Una right now. As you speak up, Avril, she kind of looks at you and she says, "Hmm,
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, my mic changed. That's why it was being weird.
Ah.
Yeah, I did not notice anything that happened. I didn't even notice the lady asking. I got a 1.
gotcha." Okay. Um, she kind of looks you up and down, Avril. Yeah, she says, "Are you sure you don't know anything about the wolf? Kind of dressed in suspicious attire."
Talking about the wolf itself, I can tell you plenty about it. This entire wolf seems to be about an adult male, possibly 6 to 8 feet long, and that seems to be about standard for that age. Now, the weak points on it are the throat and the eyes. You go for the eyes, it's really easy to take it out after that. You could also go for the bullocks. The bullocks are a good place to aim. Now, there's all types of the weather that you could do to deal with it, but here we are. Now, is there more questions that you wish to ask me, or can I go back to studying for the test?
She says, "Do you know who might have been behind this catastrophe that happened over here?"
Well, to me, from the looks of it, that appears to be a real wolf. So, if you have any druids or maybe a ranger or something like that, you could probably ask them. But other than that, I could not tell you where it could have come from. I know nothing like that. I don't even know how to do fucking magic, and yet here I am. So, again, ma'am, no harm, no foul. But I would appreciate to get back to me work.
Also, was anyone hurt? Honestly.
They couldn't have taken out a wolf. They probably shouldn't even be here.
She says, "Aside from a few bruises and scrapes, nothing too badly." But she kind of glances over. You kind of look over Avril to where she's looking. You see a Witherbloom student, kind of off by himself, and he's kind of playing with some twigs. And she says, "Well, thank you for your time, students." And she kind of passed the table as she starts to walk over towards him. Yeah, she.
He really doesn't. He thinks nothing. Like that's just his honest opinion of what probably happened. He's just like, I don't know why you're fucking bothering us about this. None of us do animal shit because he knows that you have that elk. He has no idea how because he's never seen a bag of tricks before. But he also just knows like he doesn't care. He's just like, oh, she got an elk. Probably a waste of money, but whatever. So he's just like studying for this, and he's actually studying. He's just like, I'm actually studying right now. Like, are you serious?
Right.
What's going on here? Why did you come and ask me? Oh, because I'm wearing furs, huh?
That's exactly
So
why.
I must know what's going on, huh? And he's just like, I can tell you everything about that fucking wolf, but I cannot tell you where the fuck it came from.
As soon as this professor is out of earshot and like all eyes are no longer on them, Una is just gonna die laughing on the background.
Okay.
Plus, what is going on here? Are you serious? Well,
I
Alright.
thought
Good
the
on you.
coolest thing that lets me summon 3 animals a day, and I have been having so much fun with it. That's how I got this. And that's how I got that. I was just going for the board, but apparently.
to these books.
Alright, back to Boreas relics.
So
You get kicked out last time. I'm not going to get kicked out this time.
you guys see. Go ahead and roll perception checks for me.
Okay.
Everybody?
Yeah, everybody.
Oh crap. Someone's gonna know.
My dice are on fire tonight.
I'm right there with you.
Sometimes when you strike out, you get in your own head and then just kind of bitch it out yourself, and it's okay. That's just part of life.
I'm about to put these dice in jail. Equip a new set is what's about to happen.
Are you using the new wood ones too?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, they did great last week when they first came out. They're not doing so hot this time. I think I'm going with Clockwork.
Pink Fuzzies. They're about to come back out.
Pink Fuzzies are always so good. I'm gonna try Clockworks. I've never tried them.
I'm using the Call of the Corrupted dice tonight. Like I'm announcing.
Oh, the squishies. I call them the squishies. Oh wait, no, that's the same dice.
I
Yeah,
use
that's the
regular
blood one.
dice.
So you guys kind of get back to studying, not paying too much attention to what's going on, except for Blackwell and Runner. You guys can kind of pick up the conversation. You're trying not to pay too much attention so you don't look suspicious, but you see the Quandrix professor go up to a male Quandrix professor with the Druid student, and you hear her say, Dika, take this student Tolith over to the detention bog to teach him why we do not play with magic here in the halls of the Biblioplex. He kind of nods and kind of grabs the student on the back of his robes, and you hear the student like, it wasn't me, I swear, it wasn't me. And Dika says, I've heard that one many times before, as they kind of usher him out of the Biblioplex.
Jeez. What? I got in a lot of trouble.
He's taking the fall for the wolf.
Well, maybe he's better explaining himself.
Who brings a wolf into a biblioplex anyways?
There was one that didn't have that was going to be a better one.
How do you not study and still not have heard Una talk about how she
I've been studying really hard this time.
this time? Okay. Well,
I got this new book and everything.
oh, I see.
I could give you a study buddy if you want. I have one more animal that I can summon.
Well, Leafy's here with me.
Okay. She pulls out the mascot and sets it next to me. Check. There, now you have a little study buddy besides Leafy.
Super buddies. Super study buddies. We're having a good time. I'm not gonna cheat this time, guys.
Don't say that so loud.
I didn't realize I said it so loud. I'm just excited to kind of try to do things honest this time.
You can do it. We believe in you. Also, I need my chaos buddy to also be, up on his relics and all of his magical knowledge. So, absorb this stuff.
I'm trying.
Okay, so
Did you guys know gods are just snarls that made it?
Like when you get a snarl in your hair?
No, like the magical twisting elemental chaotic forms that are generating mana within the worlds.
Oh. I had no idea.
Yeah,
What-
learn something new every day.
What?
Would Una know if that's true or not?
Yeah, would I have heard of that before?
what was it? I'm sorry.
Oh, I just I just shouted and basically just spouted out the end of our whole study session was like, oh, gods are just snarls that made it, having no idea if they have any prerequisite information for that statement.
Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll intelligence checks, you two, Una and Runner.
Alright. Intelligence. Ugh. Una believes.
Yeah, I mean, he could be onto something. You're not really sure what that means.
You know, I would say more research is necessary.
Oh, well,
I don't know
of
much about
course.
gods.
Yeah, I think
I
that.
do not know
And let's
much
say
about
this
it.
is a
But
fire
with
one.
these, the relic research, we learned they are like putting energy in mana to the dead. And so, that is what the Snarls do. Must be what the gods do. So the gods must be Snarls that did it.
so,
My Snarl talks to me. He tells me things.
so Nietzsche, as you kind of go back to turn in the book at the end of your study session here, um, you pick it up and you kind of pick it up by the spine of the book, and a little note falls out. Um, it says it looks like a pretty new note, like someone left it there recently. But it says, uh, "Come join Dean Tullis with her lecture at the lecture hall in the biblioplex. Uh, looks like she's holding those courses every hour. If you guys would like to go join in on that lesson."
Um. Hmm. I definitely want to
The
go.
subject again?
I just don't know if I would go straight there or go back to the group first. So we're gonna leave it up to the good old D100.
Okay.
What was the subject again?
Relics.
Oh, okay. So something. Oh, sure.
Yeah, I'm just going straight there.
Okay. So you kind of see this note. You pick it up off the ground as you are turning in the book. You get the book turned in. You're kind of reading over it. You kind of look around, just start to head towards the lecture hall. You're kind of catching the end of her last lecture for the day. Uh, you see Dean Tullis. She's the lore hold one that you had seen in the tavern. Uh,
Okay.
she pulls out a relic that she discovered in a recent expedition. Uh, you hear her start to lecture. She says, "This historian the." A historian interrogates the stories we tell ourselves about the past, learning how true they are or otherwise. Only by understanding the truth of the past might we learn lessons applicable to our magic in our present. Take this for example. And the professor reveals this translucent orb with within it a coil of green mist endlessly knots around itself. She says, "I unearthed this in the fortress Badlands during my recent expedition. Its creator and use remain uncertain, but by investigating the reason for this creation, we stand to learn more about those who made it and how their lessons might teach us more about our own magic." And she kind of puts it in a cloth and puts it away in her bag. And she says, "Well, that pretty much wraps up the lecture. Any questions?" And no one seems to be raising their hand or anything.
I would definitely just be sitting in the back, like not me and Leafy, not trying to draw too much attention as we came in late.
Okay. She says, "Well, if that's all, thank you for joining my lecture. You're free to go." And she starts packing up her things, and students start to head out back into the main halls of the biblioplex or leaving the building entirely.
And does it look like she's getting ready to do another lecture?
Looks like that was the last one for the day.
Okay. What is she doing as she dismisses everybody?
It looks like she's kind of carefully placing this orb into cloths and putting it safely inside of her little tote bag that she has.
Okay. Can I like go up and talk to her?
Sure. Yeah. She, as you approach, she still doesn't seem to pay you any mind, but she notices your presence. Uh, she says, "Sorry, student, the lectures are over. We had time for questions."
Oh yeah, yeah. That's of course. I just wanted to come up and say thank you for doing these lectures and uh, giving us a little extra bit of insight for our exams tomorrow.
Okay. She turns around. She says, "Oh, thank you. It's hard to find appreciation from students these days. I appreciate your fascination."
Of course, it's what I'm here for. I'm here to just learn and grow. Can so can do you, do you know what that relic does?
Hmm. She says it's quite uncertain to me at the moment. Um, yeah, it's I only unearthed it a few weeks ago. I haven't got to study it too much with the ball coming up and everything. I've been helping coordinate the events, but perhaps we'll know within a short time.
Well, I hear a lot of the staff works at the masquerade. Are you going to be there as well?
She says I will be. It's going to be held in the Kalima Hall of Lorehold. That's kind of where I work.
Oh yes, of course, of course. There's um kind of a weird question. So I'm from Witherbloom, and I've heard some some kind of weird things about Professor Onyx, and I was wondering if maybe you could maybe shed some light on the subject.
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Hey, it's a 14.
Okay. You she kind of goes back to packing her things, but you see her kind of roll her eyes, like in like annoyance, I guess, as you bring up Professor Onyx's name. She says, "Yes. What about her?"
Well, see, you know, she's a professor in my university, and uh, one of she's one of the deans, right?
Uh, you talking about Professor Onyx? Well, they're both deans, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, okay. Uh, so, as one of the heads of the school, I just want to make sure I'm associating with the right kind of people. So, I mean, as a dean of Lorehold, I'm sure you know a lot about like lore and stuff. So I was I was just kind of maybe trying to get just a little bit of insight of maybe why people would be saying things uh, like she let people into the school and steal books and stuff like that. And, I'm sure that if people steal books from the school, that's like a major no to you guys over in Lorehold, right?
She says, "Of course." She says, "We've Tavio, for some reason, can't keep reins on Professor Onyx. She's always distracted and off on her own leisure." She says, "It's hard to find good professors like the ones in Lorehold." Said, "You must be a Witherbloom student."
But yes, I've been studying over at Witherbloom. This is my second year there. I'm a second year student as well.
Hmm. She says, "Well, if you ever decide to transfer, we could use someone with your curiosity over at Lorehold." And she looks like she's about finished packing up her things.
Well, Thank you, Professor. If there's can I help you take anything out? Do you need help carrying anything? Me and Leafy could help you maybe.
Mm, let's see. She does have her hands full as she turns around. Uh, you see the her like satchel that she put everything in. She's holding some books in her hand. She walks off. It starts to like slip off her shoulder. Do you have any reaction to that?
Uh, yeah, I would just kind of like push Leafy like underneath the satchel to like prevent it from like falling down. If I could do that.
Okay.
And then like not like try to take anything out of her hands or anything, but just like kind of wait for her to respond to my offer to help.
Okay. She kind of quickly, as Leafy kind of prevents it from hitting the ground, uh, Leafy kind of pads the satchel as she kind of swings around a little bit. She swings it back up and she says, "No, it's quite all right. Thank you. I really must be going."
Oh, sure. Can I try to sneak the relic out of her bag as she turns around?
You can. It's going to be a very high DC, but you can make a sleight of hand check.
Okay. Can I use a lucky?
You can.
No, that's not good.
You get to pick which one, I believe, on luck.
Yeah, I do. Do it again.
Have 3 a day.
Yeah, I'll do it again.
Okay.
Oh god, they're getting worse. No, nat 20.
There you go.
Yes, the
Oh.
Dark baby. In this case, whatever, fuck it.
So 23.
Okay.
That's a 23.
23. Okay. So as she's walking off, you kind of look around, make sure there's no one looking. You quickly reach in, like as she's kind of trying to balance everything. You can see it kind of sticking out of the opening of her satchel. You quickly get your hands on it. I need you to make me a.
That's it.
Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Okay.
That's a 12.
Okay. Okay. So as you make contact with the orb, you don't suffer its full consequences, but you start to see like these terrifying visions of people in masks, and you start to see like people being killed. You get a glimpse of an image of a young man. Let me see if I can share a picture here. I'm gonna DM it to you.
Okay. If I can, I would like to immediately shove it like into Leafy.
Okay.
Just so I'm not walking with this relic in my hand.
Okay.
Back through the biblioplex.
Go ahead and make a wisdom save for Leafy.
Oh shit. That's an 8.
Used all of your lucky right away.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So you're able to get the orb out and drop it into Leafy. However, Leafy just immediately falls onto the floor, unconscious. It makes a pretty good thud. Go ahead and make a. I'm gonna have you do a contested stealth check with her perception to see if she notices.
Okay. With mine.
With yours, yeah.
All right, it was fun, guys.
Okay. Well, let me share this image with you real quick.
Okay.
Check's about to get a whooping.
Nechek's about to blame it all on the awakened bush.
100%. It's the fall bush.
Okay.
You mind controlled me for a year. Thank you for saving me.
Yeah.
She turns around as she hears this loud thud, and you are kind of looking over at Leafy on the ground. What do you do?
Oh, jeez. Sorry, Professor. I think Leafy's not really feeling that good. I'm gonna take him home. Thanks again for the lecture, though.
She's looking at you like inquisitively as you see this sphere start to roll out from behind Leafy. And she says, "Oh, I must have dropped that." She quickly grabs it, kind of looks around, stuffs it really quickly into her satchel, grabs her books, and like darts off, like very oddly.
Oh my God. Okay. Leafy? Leafy, are you okay? And I'm like rubbing his leaves around.
Go ahead and roll a medicine check for me.
That's an 8.
Yeah, you can't tell if he's like dead or alive right now, but he's out, like not making any responses to you.
Can I use spare the dying on Leafy?
You
Just
can?
in case?
Yeah, totally.
Cool. Then I would definitely do that to make sure he's stable, and then just go running out of the lecture hall back to the group, where I would tell them all about what just happened and how I almost got a relic, and I think that the Lorehold Dean, what was her name?
Dean Augusta Tullis from Lorehold.
Dean Augusta, Dean Tullis, is. I was trying to get some info about Professor Onyx, and she's got a relic that she doesn't know too much about, but she seemed to leave quick after I took it and Leafy went down.
Wait, you did?
Well, I mean, it was just right there in her bag, and I just wanted to check it out a little bit. I thought I just thought it would help with our studies.
Well,
We have to learn about the concept
You
of
have
relics,
it?
not one relic.
I do not have the relic. I took it out and I got these visions, and then I shoved it into Leafy's because I didn't want to get caught with it, obviously. And then Leafy just collapsed, and the relic went rolling out, and I don't know what's wrong with Leafy, but he hasn't really been able to do anything since then.
Oh dear.
it's not good. I don't know. I don't know what to do here.
Nothing, I think.
Your bush looks
Well, I know, Bush aside, I know Dean Augusta was acting kind of weird at the bar the other night.
hard to do. Wait, are you telling me that I have to go see this very aggressively forward woman again? And she might not even be who you interrogate.
Well, I don't know if that was the same one. I think she was the woman that was kind of in the back toward the, toward the left when you came in.
Do you still have the relic?
No, no. I put it in Leafy's branches, and then Leafy collapsed, and it went rolling out, and she picked it back up.
I don't know.
Do what now?
There we go. I rolled a medicine check on.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you kind of get down to Leafy and check him out. You hear the softest little purr coming from him. Seems to be alive.
Okay, so he's alive. Your leaf buddy is just knocked the fuck out of there.
Well, I used spare the dying on him because I didn't know if he was actually dead or not or anything. So I used the magic that I learned from the living room.
Did you see what the relic looked like?
It was this kind of clear sphere.
Yeah, it's not too weird that somebody from Lorehold would have a relic, to be honest. Like, relics are pretty common in Lorehold.
But
Kind of that thing.
the way they are,
Yeah,
Bob,
seems
Yeah.
to be acting a little weird.
can I use encode thoughts on others?
Can you put that in the chat for me? That one has a range of self, so I think that can only be cast from yourself.
Okay. Yeah, I know I've seen pictures of it being used on others, but it also said self, like you said.
Yeah, I think I'd rule that as probably just yourself. Let me make sure there's no extra.
it says down at the bottom.
Yeah.
You can combo it with detect thoughts and then encode these thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's reading someone else's mind first.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's probably where they're pulling thoughts out of.
Yeah. It says you have to be concentrating on a spell or an ability that allows you to manipulate the thoughts of others. So, if you have something like that, I mean, I suppose, yeah, you could.
I do not.
Okay. So, yeah, it's probably not going to work. So, as you guys wrap up your studying and you kind of learn this information from Nichek, if there's nothing else you guys have to do for today, we'll move on to tomorrow when we start the exam. You guys can take the long rest if you'd like.
Yep, gonna need it.
Okay. So,
I have people do bad tricks.
so you guys enter the same Biblioplex lecture hall that you just were in knee check yesterday. There's a bunch of desks lined out for people to take the test. It's a bunch of second year students because everybody's assigned the advanced arcane history. Dean Tullis comes into the room, starts handing out the papers for the exam. So you guys will begin taking the test. Actually, before we do this, I need everybody to have made a DC 17 history check for me for your study.
Hey.
Woo!
Yeah, track. I was distracted.
Hey.
All right. Okay. Ooh, okay. Pretty good rolls. Um, okay.
Stepping on a giant oak actually helps.
So Nietzsche and Una and Runner, you guys will have one reroll on this exam that you can use.
Woohoo!
It's good because I'm not cheating this time.
All right. Also, you guys all study together, so you guys will have. Actually, you guys actually all have advantage on this check with your studying. So, Blackwell, Avril, and Avril and Blackwell. Go ahead and roll me another one. See if you get the 17.
Ooh.
The direwolf really distracts you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not the direwolf. I'm just not.
I really wanted the button.
All right.
You were just
Just
distracted
that I focus on the study.
research. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, oh wait, Snarls.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
But all the time. It's like, how does this relate to what I care about?
so the rerolls, how they are going to work, you can make. Each of you guys have one reroll you can use, so you can make that during any ability check during the testing phase, but you have to use the new roll, just so you're aware.
Can I just ask if Leafy's okay after the long rest?
Yes, he's unconscious for about an hour before he's able to wake up, and he's. Go ahead and roll an insight check for me.
Yep, we're back.
Yeah, he seems kind of shaken up a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, so that the testing is going to begin. I need the first thing the test is going to cover is commonly used magic devices. So it's going to talk about identifying types of magic devices, from battlefield magic items to objects useful as spell foci. And I need you guys to make. Is anyone cheating before we do this?
No.
No, no cheating for me.
Okay.
That one doesn't really cheat.
Right. Okay. All right.
Luna encourages cheating, but she
Okay. So I need you all to make me an intelligence arcana. Yeah, intelligence arcana check.
I think 17's good enough.
Just Arcana.
Yep, intelligence arcana.
And am I doing um, advantage again?
No. So you guys that Avril and Blackwell, you guys did not make the DC for the studying phase, so you do not get any re-rolls on this one. Okay, so the re-rolls can be used after you make the roll. It is. Did any of you guys want to use a re-roll?
Nope.
Can I roll with it? Okay.
Gonna roll with it.
Rolling, hey!
Okay. The next thing that the test will cover is a short essay about historical relics and how often they were famously used in ritual magic. I need you guys to all make an intelligence history check for me.
Una will be re-rolling that.
Okay.
Fucking 2 crits.
If I re-roll, do I get to take the higher one?
You have to take the re-roll.
Okay.
Don't forget about your dice, guys.
Oh yeah, I do not get to use my D4s here because I cheated last time.
True.
So deception and sleight of hand probably not gonna come up.
What was the D4s for?
So the D4 are yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Well, unless you're me checked, in which case it's sleight of hand.
And deception.
It's true.
Then you got your primers.
I'm gonna re-roll.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a lucky.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Sticking with 18.
Yep.
Okay, so that is a 24 for Blackwell. 17 for Una. A 13 for Avril. A 23 for Runner. And an 18 for Nichek. Okay. So, you guys wrap up your testing and you're waiting on the test results. You get your papers back. Nichek, you got an A plus. Nailed it.
Hey.
Una, you also got an A plus. Avril, you got a C. It's passing, but not the greatest. It looks like the essay was incorrect.
Well, fucking, you asked me, right?
Blackwell, you got an A plus. Runner, you also got a C. It looks like the multiple choice questions for the commonly used magic devices was incorrect. So, the ones that got the A plus, ace the test, you guys will get the 2 student dice. So uh, you'll have one for Arcana and one for History checks. Uh, Avril, you will have a Arcana student dice. Um, Runner, you will have a History student dice.
So is it one of each, or
One of
we just
each.
have? Okay. So we have one nature and one animal and two.
Correct. Yeah. So you guys that have aced all of them so far should have 4 student dice in total.
Okay, and then if we take it off the list, then all we have to do is subtract the dice and then remove which one we used.
Correct. All right. So okay.
That's how you erased me, Kissy.
Sorry.
I forgot to go back and make those separate. I'll do that for sure after this one. So in the meantime, after the test, you guys can all go ahead and roll perception checks for me.
Did you guys see my? It's not really a camera.
Ugh. Luna's being not very perceptive today. No, I see mostly everyone's characters.
Okay. So, Nichek, you overhear some of the students chatting amongst themselves. They're chatting about this upcoming fashion show today, or tomorrow actually, at the Rose Stage at the Strixhaven campus. Uh, it's a fashion show called Dressing for Success. Uh, it's a fashion show available to all students before the masquerade. Yeah, and Blackwell, you hear the same rumors, but you would also hear that overhear one of the students discussing to another that they heard that one of the college's deans wants to buy an outfit and has sent a proxy to bid on it. So, if that is something you guys want to pursue to join, that is up to you.
Being the distinguished artist I am, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I would definitely tell my homie about it too.
So is this related to the thing Onyx was talking about?
Well, she wanted you to investigate the tavern, which you guys did. You found out about this Magister's Masquerade that's coming up. Um, the fashion show, however, was not mentioned. No.
Okay, I will tell Luna about the fashion show.
Okay.
Avril could give a shit less.
Well, what do we want to do about this fashion show? Should we go? Maybe I could talk to Quintolas. Sounds like something that's up his alley.
I'm gonna go head back to.
What did you say you were doing, Una?
Una was, once she heard about the fashion show, she would go and talk to Quintolas about it.
Tell
Just to
us.
see if, like, it was part of the guild's, like, just to see if there's interest.
Okay. What were you gonna do, Nichek?
Go to Cadoris or Cadaris. What's his name?
Cadoris.
Cadoris. Yeah, I would go there and see if he can him and make an outfit.
Okay. So did you guys tell any of the other party members about this fashion show?
Once Una talks to Quintella's, then she would probably go talk to the rest of the party about it.
Okay. So as you meet up with Quintelis, he says, well, I'm probably not going to attend this year, but it is quite common amongst us play actors that we do show off our best costumes.
No, me, I'm very good with costumes. I've been working on a mask for the masquerade. It's very pretty.
It's good to hear. It's a very exciting event.
Yes. But, anything else that goes on at the fashion show, or is it just showing off costumes? I mean, you know more stuff than I do what goes on around here.
Yeah, he says, the fashion show is a chance to show off some outfits, possibly make some coin to go to the masquerade.
Nothing like out of the ordinary than just simply people showing off.
Pretty much. There's an auction afterwards. You may be able to sell one of your costumes to another student that wants to wear it to the masquerade. So that is something you can gain out of it.
I actually like that idea.
A whole nother bag of tricks.
Una's get this like light in her eyes, like, ooh, I could make such great outfits that, literally, like, everyone at the freaking masquerade wears what I made. That would be so cool. Okay, I don't have enough time for that, obviously.
You could also buy a costume if you wish as well.
I have to finish making my costume. I made the mask. I didn't make the rest.
Okay.
Una would thank Quintelis for his time and was like, Quintelis, you should definitely make an outfit. Like, you would rock it. With some, like, high reds and purples.
Says maybe you're right. Are you planning on entering?
I think I might. I'm going to go talk to some acquaintances of mine who might be interested in this too.
Says, well, if you decide to make a costume, he says, let me know. He says you would look fabulous in some stunning red with some blue accents.
Oh God.
Una kind of twirls and like, yes, I know it looks good.
Says you are fire.
And I will do spray on my hand. Yes, I am on fire.
So he says, you let me know and we'll make you an outfit.
Alright. And if one of my friends by any chance would love an outfit as well, you think you and I can work that out?
He says, I don't know, dear. You just have the fit for it. I don't know if I could make one for everybody, but we can make something really good for you.
You know what, Quintolis? Why don't you make me an outfit? I'm going to do this. I'm going to make a spectacle of the... Did you see my elk the other day? Oh my god.
He says, I did not, but sounds quite interesting.
I was literally standing on the giant elk in the library while studying for the test, for the exams. Like, everybody saw it. It was beautiful. It was magnificent. It was, I was center of attention for a little bit.
He says, well, your friend Blackwell was discussing some matters in the Dead Languages Society with me.
Oh, yes. Well, you know what? Make me an outfit. I'm gonna go talk to my compatriots and see if they are interested in outfits, and maybe we can, do a big group showy thing. 'Cause why the heck not?
That sounds fabulous.
All right, I'll talk to you later then.
He says, of course.
And she'll go walk off and try to find the nearest group member and tell them about the fashion show and how there's an option for the costumes and sounds like a pretty cool idea to like maybe get some info if we need any or anything.
Okay. So,
Also, an excuse for her to clap her hands like, I can summon that dino wolf again and make a ruckus! Hopefully, I don't get caught. She'll point that out.
okay, so anyone else want to participate in the fashion show?
I'm not gonna, definitely not gonna be in it.
No,
He
yeah.
might go if it like seems entertaining enough, but like if for the most part he's probably just gonna keep studying snarls. Like he's here for a reason.
So
Definitely in it.
you guys can either participate as you can not participate. That's an option. You can help create an outfit, or you can become a model. So that's totally up to you guys how you want to do it.
I mean, if there's a watching option, I mean, he'd probably go if everybody else went that way. Just like begrudgingly be like, well, I guess this is part of my group now. Gotta go this way.
Okay.
So I just go with them.
I would offer to help somebody make their outfit if they needed it.
Okay.
I mean, I help, but like, I don't know what bones and leather is gonna do for you.
So you will.
Una might be willing to help with like an outfit if you were interested in one.
So you can also have someone else make the outfit for you, which sounds like you did, Una. But if you choose to make an outfit, you will need proficiency in leather workers tools, weavers tools, or a different appropriate artisan tool. Otherwise, it will be at disadvantage.
I have none of those.
I got painter supplies.
Yeah, I have languages, not tools.
I would say painter supplies could work.
Okay. Yeah, I'm.
Yeah, all I got is a quill and a letter. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I'd have to be disadvantaged for all of that, unless I was helping like someone else make theirs.
Yeah, I got mending, but that's not gonna help me make new stuff.
Trying to hook it up with Doris to make a timeless piece of fashion.
Okay. So since Quintilis is making yours, Una, you'll be modeling, I assume.
Yes.
Um,
Oh yeah, she is gonna model, and she will have one of her animals with her.
so Cadorus will help knee check. That's going to give you advantage on your check.
Okay.
And he'll also model it for you if you'd like.
Mm,
Or you can do the modeling.
yeah, I'll model it.
You'll model it? Okay.
Like, yeah, if it's for if it's a precursor to the masquerade ball, he helped me with my mask too. So.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, I'll model.
So as far as Runner, Runner and Blackwell, Avril, I guess you say you're just pretty much going to watch.
Yeah, I'll go with him. He's gonna keep his eye on the ground, trying to see if he knows anything strange going on.
Okay. And Black.
Obviously, I'm having surreptitious conversations.
Okay. And Blackwell and Runner, did you guys want to just go watch, or did you say you had a way to help out? You could also model.
No.
Yeah, I don't know about Blackwell.
Um,
I'm gonna cheer on our compatriots.
Okay.
I'm going to go to keep an eye out for those guys we saw on the first day, because I feel like they're gonna be there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how Admiral feels too. He's just like, oh, another group thing? Should probably go there and make sure nobody causes any soup fuss.
Okay. So,
Did suspect that like something was gonna happen soon, and it's been very quiet around school. So.
Okay, so Nichek, I need you to make me a dexterity check.
Just straight dex.
Yep, with advantage.
Nat 20.
Ooh, nice. Okay, and for Una, Quintilis is going to be making yours. So let me roll one for him.
All right. Come on, Quintilis. Don't let me down.
Quintilis. You got a 17.
Woo!
All right. So you guys both successfully come up with some pretty nice looking outfits for the fashion show. So for once you guys arrive, there's quite a bit of people here. Avril, Blackwell, and Runner, go ahead and make me some perception checks, please.
There we are.
Okay. So, Avril, you hear a rumor that an Illumini designer is here to watch and recruit models for professional work. Blackwell, you hear a rumor that another designer stole a student's design and is trying to pass it off as their own work. Um, Runner, you do not hear a rumor. However, you do see something that catches your eye. So you have this runway here, and you have several students and faculty gathered around in these chairs. On one side, it looks like all the deans have a table or two over on the left side. On the right side, you see one very extravagantly dressed guest viewing the show at his own table, and next to him is another long table, and it looks like three people dressed in gray gowns are watching the show. Each one of them has a pin that catches your eye. It has the two horns with a little crystal in the middle of it. It doesn't look like it represents any college here at Strixhaven. So as you guys start to model your outfits, you guys spend.
Una will walk the runway with her one of her bag of trick samples.
Okay. So you, Nichek and Nuna, you guys spend an hour before the show preparing by dressing, making final adjustments, and adding your magical flourishes. Whenever the time comes to walk on the runway, I need each of you guys to make either a dexterity acrobatics or a charisma performance check.
Alright. Una is walking with a panther. Down
That's
the
just
runway.
the people performing, right?
Ooh, okay. Yep, just the two performing.
Yeah. Alright. And performance charisma?
Either one, one or the other.
Let's see when she's got the proficiency. Oh!
Ooh.
Oh, I got a feeling I trip over that panther. Don't you take a fucking apple, take a go! Ah!
I'm gonna use a lucky.
Okay. Ooh, nat 20s for days. Okay. So, shimmering lights and soft music drift across the rose stage and the surrounding seating as well. Uh, Dressed students, professors, and alumni guest mingle. Behind the runway, student fashion designers, models, and their assistants buzz to and from the backstage dressing rooms, making finishing touches before the show begins. You guys get to your time to walk the runway. Nichek, you come out first. You have this dazzling, like, earthy uh, robe on, and it just kind of like glitters, this magical little orange glitters as you kind of twist and turn down the runway. uh, you give them a nice little spin at the end, and the crowd goes absolutely nuts. You see the well-dressed man over in the corner. He's kind of making this subtle little clap at you as you walk back in. A few moments later, Una, you step out onto the stage. You have a very extravagant dress on, covered in blues and reds. Really like accentuates your features. The panther is walking behind you. This dress doesn't quite fit as well as you would have hoped, though. It's hard to kind of maneuver in this dress. You're used to wearing more flowing stuff. The panther doesn't really know what to do. It looks like it's scaring a lot of the students. A couple of them are loving it, but for the most part, it's freaking people out. You kind of make your little entrance. You turn back and start to walk in, and you see another Prismari student come out in remarkably similar dress, but she is pulling it off. she's making the twists and turns like she's supposed to. Looks very much like they copied your work.
Oh, Una, as she's walking past, will very, I want to say almost sleight of hand of, she will do a produce flames to try to light it on fire, but kind of make it so that the panther walks just as she prompts it. So that the panther's covering the spot.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check with disadvantage.
Okay. Oh, come on. Don't mess this up, Una. Ugh!
Okay.
I was trying to hide behind the panther, so that way it was like you couldn't tell the fire came from me as it like dropped.
Okay.
I mean, you are also on purpose, but
Yeah, I am.
You are. Okay.
Una can be jealous.
Una of all people has every right to be jealous. Like,
Oh yeah.
her character is jealous.
Oh, yeah, and chaos, chaotic evil. Like, oh no, you did not walk around in my dress.
All right. So, as you let the produce flame go towards the dress, you drop it, successfully hiding yourself from the crowd. However, the flame doesn't quite make it to the dress. It kind of just fizzles out, and you see her go to the end of the stage. She kind of does her little spin, and fire kind of emits from her dress as she spins around, and the crowd is going wild. You make it back into the back of the stage, and she soon comes in following. She kind of gives you this dirty look, and she says, "I see what you did."
Well, You said this made a very nice thing with the crowd with that spinful crap. Why are you wearing the same outfit as me? Hmm?
So, well, because you stole it, obviously.
No. Quintullus made this for me.
Don't tell us.
So,
He's a jerk.
she's actually very sweet. What's your name? Hmm?
Go ahead and roll an intimidation check.
I still got a little bit of a produced flame on my other hand. Just gonna poke it. Alright. Intimidation, go! Oh, come on! It was a 19 and it fell from the corner!
She's
Oh,
just
wait, that was investigation, not an intimidation.
okay. What's your plus for intimidation?
+6.
Okay, still not gonna quite not gonna make it, but she
It's still a lot.
she gives you kind of a smirk and she says, "Wouldn't you like to know?" And she kind of spins a little bit and makes flame kind of go in your face as she walks off towards her changing room.
Is her name Katniss?
No.
Why?
I'm giving off a very Azula vibe right now. I'm just like, oh, I know that bitch. Getting her back. I actually, hang on. I am gonna do something real quick. As I watch her walk towards her dressing room, please be the one I want. Which was that'll do. As I walk past her room, I'm just gonna slightly open the door, toss it up all of her, and walk away, and that's gonna turn into the boar.
Okay. Her dress.
I will whisper to it real quick, like, go have some fun with her.
Before you toss the ball, you nudge on the door and it seems to be locked.
Oh, foolish. I pick up. Can I find a place to hide the boar before it pops out?
Sure. Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Okay. Are you kidding me? My rolls are shit now. Ugh.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of the designers and stuff had packed up their stuff. They got the finished outfits like hung up. From what you can see, they're getting ready to start the auction. Um, so you hear the Avril, Blackwell, and Runner as you're sitting in the crowd. You hear one of the. What was that?
You want to do that right now?
Yeah, we can take a break. We'll be back in like
Top of the hour.
yeah, we'll be back in like 5. We'll catch you guys in a bit. We'll see what happens at this fashion show auction.
God, I want so much chaos right now. I had a boar and a freaking panther.
Oh, Leah. Whoop whoop.
Appreciate y'all.
Next dad isn't for 3 hours.
Yep. No problem. You need anything? That goes for all of you. You naked bunch of bitches.
All right, welcome back everybody to Ghostfire. We're gonna pick up with this fashion show where auctions are underway. A one of the faculty members, it's actually Tavio, the the dean of the entire school, comes on stage and kind of gives this generic speech about the excitement coming up for the masquerade ball. Um, Tavio does bring up that he says if everyone would pull out their masquerade invitations, and you see students everywhere pulling out their invitations, what do you guys do?
Well, Una's got hers on her.
Okay.
Is this at fashion show?
In my hand.
Yep. Everything's kind of halted right now, and Tavio's giving like a little speech.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember mine. I'm not gonna pull it out until he needs it.
Yeah, I would definitely pull mine out.
Okay. You see this magic come from his hand and kind of like sparkle all over the crowd and even inside of the dressing room as all of the invitations turn into these little charms. Let me see here.
I really wish I would have made a fake one to see if it would have done too.
Probably wouldn't have.
It'd have been cool though.
Uh,
Oh, what? That's so dope.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love this fucking thing. This is Tig's bread and butter, dude.
So
Oh my gosh.
So Tavio says, if you'll please hold up all your invitations. You see a lot of students holding it up. And he casts the magic, and they all turn into these little mask-shaped charms. He says, you'll find that they have suddenly turned into a mask charm. Please note that these charms are only allowed for use at the Magister's Masquerade. Students caught wearing the mask charm or using its magic outside of the event are withdrawn from extracurriculars for the rest of the academic year. He says, with that, let our auction begin. First up, we have a sleek tailcoat with levitating tails. So you guys in the crowd are free to bid on any of these if you would like. Just let me know.
Sleek tailcoat.
A sleek tailcoat with levitating tails.
The levitating part is something, but that doesn't innately mean that it can just do that.
It's not like a cloak of billowing.
Okay.
It might be a tailcoat billing.
So he starts off the auction at 30 gold.
Ooh, that's expensive. I don't think any of us got any gold while we're here.
35 gold.
Okay. So if you guys don't choose to bid, you see a few students back and forth bidding on it. It goes for about 60 gold pieces at the end. Then the next. Okay. The next item up for grabs is a leather suit with a self-tying tie, starting at 7 gold.
9 gold.
Got 9 gold on the leather suit.
Hey, Nietzsche. You should probably get that.
Oh, I'm backstage, dog.
You hear another student. Another student says 11 gold out loud. The student kind of gives you a glare as he says, 13 gold.
He just puts up his hand. He kind of like looks really defeated. Just kind of chuckles to himself.
13 gold, sold for the highest bidder. And he takes the leather suit. The next item up for grabs is a black sheath dress studded with animated crimson eyes. And the bidding is going to start at 10 gold.
Wait, hold on. Is it like a headdress?
It's a full dress, but the eyes, it's a hooded dress.
Oh no. That's the thing with the eyes. I forgot what it's called.
What? Would you tell him? Would you tell Avril? What's going
No,
on?
like I meta know what it is.
Okay.
I was gonna say, is that a Critical Role reference with all those eyes?
He'll bid on whatever it is. Just puts the bid up.
Okay, so it starts at 10 gold. A
50.
student, okay, 15 gold. A student makes an offer for 17 gold.
20.
Going once.
I raise my hand. $100 million.
Do you do that for real?
Yes, I do that for real.
Oh my god.
Okay.
What's $1?
Okay. No outrageous bidding, please, from the student over there.
I just let out a low chuckle.
Going once, going twice, 3 times sold. 20 gold for the black sheath dress.
You won one, Avril.
All right. Wonderful.
The next item up for grabs is a familiar dress that Una was wearing. The bidding is going to start out for this one at 100 gold.
I'm watching the actor that Una's always hanging out with.
Yeah, Una's looking for Quintalis, like, from where she's standing.
You look around.
Sure, once the dress is presented for auction, she's probably gonna step back out there, right?
No, you don't have to.
Okay.
So Quintilis is actually standing right behind you. I don't know what did you call this dress? You know.
Something with fire.
The fiery glory. Fiery chaos. That's what it was.
Fiery chaos. Okay.
She's gonna turn to Quintelis, going, "Okay, who the fuck stole my dress?" Cause like, and I point to the dressing room, like, "What the fuck, Quinn?"
He says, "Let me see here."
Cause this don't fit right, and I show him where it like doesn't quite fit right. I'm like, "You'll tell me." You know me, I kill it out there, but this time, no.
Let me see here.
No problem. She's got that attitude of like, what the hell is going on?
So he says, he said it was Mina Lee. She came into the play actor building last night after class, and her and some friends just wouldn't leave me alone. I guess they stole our ideas.
Oi, okay. So, you know what's going to happen now, right? You know me. I don't like being stolen from. Especially if it's something that I'm supposed to be rocking.
says, I totally understand, Una, but be careful. Professors are watching.
Yes, I know. Why do you think I'm a boar and a fucking panther?
Yeah,
I'm
you're
very
right.
ready to make that boar knock down that goddamn door and get my dress on.
He says it would. I would advise against it. So the dress, you hear several bids from the crowd. The offer for 216 ends up being the one that wins, or sorry, 240. The uh, fashion show event takes 10% of the profits, so you end up with 216 gold, Una.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
216 gold? Hell yeah!
I guess you're not so mad they took your dress now.
Only a little. I will give some of it to Quintalis. I'll probably hand him maybe 25 gold of that.
Okay.
Because he was the one who
Cold-blooded.
Yeah, for sure.
He did make the dress.
Yeah, he takes it with a nod, like he totally understands.
Yeah.
The-
Next time, better security. Anyone comes in when they're working on something for me? I
He's
will pull
noted.
the rest. You tell me immediately next time.
Says, well, now I can afford it.
Yeah, I helped to make
So
because no one steals the fiery chaos.
so a similar item that sells for the same price is a kurta embroidered with magically orbiting constellations, sold for 240 as
Wait,
well.
what's that?
A kurta. I'm not sure. Let's
Yeah,
find
you
out.
can
I
afford
can still afford that. I can actually definitely afford that.
260. You got 260 gold.
Yeah.
I have to.
How?
I sold all my starter item equipment because I didn't need any of it because I'm not a combatant. So all my weapons I sold.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I came to this school broke as a joke, son.
Yeah, I came here rich but without any real need for money before I got here.
Una had 10 gold total at the start of this.
I had
He
20.
lived in the woods. He just had a bunch of money from all the weapons he sold, but he thought he needed them before he went to the woods. He's like, oh, I guess I don't need money.
This is a kurta. They won't let me paste it. Yeah. It's kind of like a Middle Eastern gown.
Oh, it's another gown. All right, so he would have just tried to push the money up a little bit.
It's like a male gown
Here
though.
it is. It's like a tunic.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, not his style. He likes his furs. He wouldn't bought it.
Okay. The next item up for grabs is a kaleidoscopic agbada shifting with geometric patterns.
A what? Wada?
Kaleidoscopic agbada shifting with geometric patterns. I don't know.
All right, that's those are words. That is 100%. I know that for sure. Now
It's just,
we transition into what those words mean. I know kaleidoscopic. I know those ones. I get that one.
it's a
It's the rest of them that confuse me.
it's basically a Quandrix themed robe that's typically worn across West Africa.
It looks like math. I'm not into it.
Okay. That one goes for 540 gold.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, I could definitely not afford that.
The next one that's up for grabs is a daring assemblages of hovering ink splotches.
Get that.
That's really cool.
That one's going to start out at 100 gold.
I'll bid.
Okay, how much do you bid?
105.
105. Okay. You're going to have a bid for
Dun dun dun.
Um, 115.
130.
130. Okay. 150.
158.
158. Okay. 160.
170.
Going once, twice, sold. 170.
Yeah.
All right. And the last
Two dress thingies.
two more items up for grabs. We have the best two for last. The first one is Nietzsche's costume that ends up selling for 1,000 gold pieces. So you get 900 gold from that with the 10%.
That's so dope.
Dude.
Rolled as high as like possible on this.
That is ridiculous, dude.
Wow.
So
Look, Nietzsche is the rich, the was it Young Money?
Yeah.
so the comparable item that sold for just as much, 1,000, is a pair of gloves that grow uh, on the wearer and cover them in regal draconic scales. Goes for 1,000 gold as well. Yeah, so you guys successfully pull off a fashion show. Congratulations. Um, so
Let's go.
you got a day to study, and there is another exam for the arcane history coming up the following day. How do you guys choose to spend your time studying for this shit? Go ahead.
For that,
During the show, could I
could
like
you
slide
DM
closer?
me? Could you DM me the price and what I bought?
Uh, yeah, it was 160 gold. I will find an image for you.
No, that one, yeah, that. But also, I also bought the other one for like another like
Ooh,
X amount of gold. I already took the gold off. I don't remember how much it was. It was like for a raven cloak or like was
yeah,
the hood.
the black sheath dress.
Yeah. So take
Um,
all these in. We have someone who's very charismatic, and I'm also charismatic. And I might be able to flip it around.
okay, yeah, I think you bought that one for 60 gold, I believe, is what it was.
That would make sense because I have 40 something now, and I'm starting to look over 200.
Yeah, I think it was 60 for that. All right. So you said, what did you want to do, Runner, during the show?
During the show, I would like to move closer to the guys at the pins that were on the opposite side of the runway from the
Okay. Go ahead and
Not
roll.
just all of us.
Are you guys all going, or just Runner?
I was trying to make, like, if he would have let me know what his plan is, then I would have been using my bidding as, like, a distraction, like, trying to keep eyes away from his conversation. So I
Okay.
would have been, like, somewhere blatantly obvious, just a big ass fucking Kenku in furs yelling out ridiculous prices. Like, people would be like, how the fuck does he have money like that? And I'd just be like, I'll take it. And then as soon as they bring it over, just slap the money down on the table, like, thank you. And then just wipe it out, like, what the fuck? He's
Okay.
just being obnoxious.
Okay. So Averill's distracted with the bidding. Runner, did you tell your plans to Blackwell?
I don't think I would have made a secret of it. I think as soon as I saw the pins, I would just start trying to work my way through the crowd that way. It would be easy to see me doing it. I definitely would stand out bare chested with my bow tie and mask.
Okay. As you make your way up there, go ahead and make. Blackwell, did you want
Wait,
to?
we're not at the masquerade right now, We're still at
The
the fashion
fashion.
show.
Yeah, this is the
Oh
fashion
yeah,
show.
I came wearing the mask anyway. I don't know how any of this works.
Did you follow him, Blackwell?
I'm still looking out for those guys.
Okay. So, go ahead and both of you guys roll me perception checks.
19.
19. Okay. Runner, go ahead and make me a perception check as well, please.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to see through this mask. I need to talk to you.
Hey, Una rolled a natural 20 on your map.
It looks like fantastic mask.
It's like when you have the blinders on the side of your eyes. You're not used to that.
Okay. So,
It's like every Halloween mask I've ever worn.
so the only information you can really overhear as you're trying to eavesdrop on them, Runner, you overhear them. They're kind of talking pretty to themselves. But seeing you come up, they don't really seem to hide it. They know what you're doing, but they don't really seem to hide it. But you hear one of them make mention. I heard a Lorehold student named Rosie never came back to her dorm rooms last night, and they all kind of like look at each other like, very interesting. Blackwell, you don't notice anything like super glaring that's suspicious. Do you notice one thing? The the girl that Avril was talking to at the tavern a few nights ago is here. She said she wasn't interested in going. It strikes you as a little odd, but it is a fashion show. It's not necessarily the masquerade after all. But she is in the crowd. As far as org members though, you don't see any that you can tell.
Okay.
Yeah. So, was there anything else you guys needed to do before the show wraps up?
Nah, good.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I would try to I think I would hang out until everybody was leaving and just try to get a good look at the people they accompanied. The one that was dressed nice.
Okay. So
Just fix his image like what he looks like in my head.
okay. So the gentleman that looked dressed very nicely, he didn't seem to be associated with the group wearing the pins because he left well before they did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then I guess I would have just tried to fix the guys with the pins in my memory.
Okay. Yeah, you get a pretty good look at their faces. They all seem to be wearing gray robes and have the similar pin made of like silver on their robes. So the next day comes up. You guys have a studying phase for your second out of third part for the Advanced Arcane History class. How do you guys choose to study for this exam coming up?
In the study group again.
Yeah. That seems to be working.
This one's for
Yeah, Avril needs as much help as possible.
Yep, it's the second of third part to the Arcane History exams.
What happens?
History.
I'm pretty good at history.
Well, I think one of the schools handles it. Is it Lorehold that's history, or is it Silverquill?
This is put on by Augusta Tullis of Lorehold.
I guess I would try to visit somebody I would be professor or teacher. Who's the chaos teacher?
That is. It is Plarg, the Dean of Chaos.
Bard. That's right. I'd probably hit him up and see if he has any
Okay. So you'd feel like Plarg would be pretty busy with the masquerade and stuff, but there is two other principal of chaos professors, Kevin and Loshil.
Now I get up to eat which one of them is available, and I see first.
Okay. What kinds of questions do you ask them?
Professor, I'm taking the history exam tomorrow. I'm wondering if there's any recommendations you can make to the things I should study, or any way to narrow my focus would be really nice.
He would tell you to look for books on magical devices. Um, he says there is an insightful book about magical devices called The History of Magic. If you ask one of the Cogwork archivists about it, they probably would be able to find it for you.
Thank you very much, Professor. I appreciate it.
So you're quite welcome. So you guys.
I'll look to gather everybody else so we can do our study group, and then I'll grab the book for us to study.
Okay.
What happens if we pull an all-nighter again?
So for an all-nighter, you get a level of exhaustion. However, you get 2 re-rolls during the testing phase.
Oh, okay.
So you roll with disadvantage, but you get 2 rerolls.
Do you roll with disadvantage, or
That's what exhaustion does to you.
Oh yeah.
Ability checks.
Yeah.
Can I ask the robot in the I don't want to say library. I'm going to say library.
Okay.
For a couple books on Kaladesh, one on the history and one on the technology.
Okay. Yeah, you sure can.
Yeah, kind of nostalgic, but at the same time still being big ass nerd.
Okay. Yeah, sure. You get a couple books. You ended up talking to what was it? Kevin, the principal of chaos professor, runner.
Thank you.
Okay, so everybody's doing the study group, I take it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to have you guys all roll an insight check for your studying. And you guys will have advantage.
So grateful for that advantage.
So, Blackwell, you get a book about a couple books about Kaladesh. The first one is about like history of the plane. You learn that there is a planeswalker from Kaladesh that calls Kaladesh home, named Chandra Nalar.
Okay, I'm gonna make a note of that.
You also read a book about the technology. You learn about these little mechanical. They're basically like a homunculus, but they're called thopters. They're little flying orbs that are like very steampunk style, but they helped refine the large pipelines all over the city.
Okay.
They seem to be also fueled by aether.
Right. Most stuff in Kaladesh is fueled by ether.
So, with that, Blackwell, Runner, and Una, you guys will all have one reroll on the quiz. So, the next day, as you guys come into the Biblioplex Hall for the lecture hall for the test by Tina Gustatolis, doesn't seem to show up for class, and about 10 minutes of uncertainty goes by before a faculty member dressed in gray robes comes in and starts to administer the exam.
Are those familiar gray robes?
Very familiar to you, Runner. Same pin.
Did you say this is the next day so I get a long rest?
You do. Well, the exhaustion won't go away till if you did you do an all nighter?
No, I didn't do that.
Okay. Yeah, so you'll get a long rest. Yeah.
Give me them luckies.
The only way I can pass.
So each of you guys can roll a perception check.
Ooh, Una, come on.
Okay. So
Not doing well.
everybody but Una notices that the faculty member administering the test, as he hands you your paper, he kind of seems to nod at you with a smile. So take that for what you will. So is anybody deciding to cheat on this one?
I don't think I will this time. That unsettled me greatly.
Okay.
I'm not cheating.
Okay.
Doing it legit.
Okay.
When we were studying last night, I definitely would have told Una about Chandra
Okay.
because I'm definitely making a parallel there.
Definitely. Okay, Avril, did you want to cheat, or are you going to go by the...
Avril will never cheat.
Okay, I didn't think so. Just thought I'd ask. All right. So, as you guys go through the test, the first portion is a list of magical devices and another list of functions. And you're required to match a list of all the devices to their function. I need you guys to all make me an intelligence history check. Ooh.
Come on. Ooh, Una's re-rolling.
Okay.
Yeah, gotta use mine.
I also use my roll.
Yeah, not much better, but better than what it was.
Wait, did I get a reroll this time or no?
Let me see what you got. I think it was...
I got a 12.
This studying super paying off.
Yeah, that's not gonna do it for you, Avril.
Man, you nailed it.
I figured it's cool.
You guys do have those student dice from the last one that are history. Just so,
Yeah, Una's gonna roll first.
Mine was Arcana.
Is there two parts to this test, or is this just a single?
It's a two-parter.
Come on, 14.
Okay, so 14 for Una, 11 for Blackwell, 19 for Runner, 12 for Avril, and a 25 for Nietzsche. Okay, so this other one.
Pretty sure I got straight A's so far.
You are very young and malleable, Nietzsche.
Yep.
All of this, everything in this test is about Strixhaven. I haven't been to Strixhaven yet.
All right. So the next part of the quiz is a short essay about the origins of different magical devices, and I need you all to make me a wisdom insight check.
Wait. I think I got the wrong place. What's the other place?
What's that?
The other Magic the Gathering setting that's like really big. Ravnica. I meant to say Ravnica.
You,
We're in Strixhaven.
I did not have a reroll, but I do got 3 luckies, so
okay.
here's the first one.
Were you talking
That
about?
was bad insight.
Were you talking about the information I gave you, Blackwell?
You know what? Una's going to go for the
No,
reroll.
I was making a joke about the test.
Oh,
This
okay.
test is all about Ravnica.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's a 12. All 3 of my luckies gone.
12. Okay.
Oh,
Those are rough.
Not doing good on this portion of the test.
at least I ate the first part.
Yeah, that's rough. Okay. So
Yeah, we didn't get any advantages this time.
yeah, you guys. The faculty member that is leading the exam collects the tests. So you will.
As I handle my test, can I just whisper Ghostfire?
Sure. Yeah. He gives you a grin and he kind of puts his finger up, like as he walks back over to his desk to grade the
I
test.
nod back at him. I have no idea what it's about, but I like nod back at him. I know you. I know you know. And he's like, I hope he's just gonna pass.
Okay. I'm gonna have all of you guys roll a d6 for me, please.
Ah, come on.
I don't know what happened. All my luck is out the window.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they check right in the
Oh crap! I accidentally drew a card. I tried to click off the other side. I actually drew a card.
It's okay. Okay. Okay, go ahead and roll me another d6 for everybody, please.
I'm not gonna do that good again.
Oh my god.
Rooney check.
Oh.
Alright, I lied straight to your face.
He sure did. I think Blackwell needs to make one still.
Oh, there it goes. So 3. I don't know why I didn't show up.
Okay.
Luna is rolling with 1 badly. That fashion show messed her up.
You guys kind of see the grader kind of look up every now and then. He hands your test back. Neat check. You got an A plus. Seriously. It's kind of strange because you didn't think you passed the second one. Luna, unfortunately, you have a failure.
The point team?
Get a fat F. Avril.
Giant elf is a must everything.
Avril, you are sure you bombed that test, but somehow you got a passing C.
Yeah, no way I got a C on that test. He's just like, wait, it's back. He's just like, yes.
Blackwell, you got a fat F on yours as well, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Runner, you have an A plus.
Of course, my A's from the previous should balance that out.
Cumulative GPA is a 2.0. It's fine.
C.
It just means I'm still in school. Which I don't know why I'm here. I already been through school, so yeah.
Okay, so for the to the ace, you'll have a student die for Arcana, or sorry, a student die for history and a student die for insight. So that's knee check and runner. For Avril,
What? Didn't the last one give a history dice too?
it did. So you have 2 of those now,
Okay.
and you can stack those.
Okay, cool.
Avril, you get a student die for insight, and
Jump sauce.
unfortunately for the 2 that failed, Una and Blackwell, that does mean that you are, by Strixhaven's bylaws, required to attend tutoring with a junior faculty member until you achieve a pass score on an exam, your next exam. So,
You just hear a loud groan from Una.
so in the mean in the meantime, you are barred from entering, or barred from doing extracurriculars or jobs until you have achieved a passing score.
No, that's bad for Una.
So you guys both lose any benefits from extracurriculars you are currently getting.
Are we not allowed to go to the masquerade?
You still are, but you just can't. Yeah, you just can't go to your extracurriculars.
Yeah, I'm actually not really into any, so.
So that test is out of the way. Actually, there's one more thing to it.
On to the next.
At the end of the test, Dean Tolis didn't show up. Go ahead and roll perception checks for me, please.
All of us?
Yep.
And also, as soon as the test's over, I will tell everybody what I know about the Ghostfire stuff, for sure.
Okay.
Now that it's not like I have evidence that it's not just me they're trying to talk to, it's all of us they're interested in.
For sure.
Yeah. Totally talking Una's ear off about Chandra while we're in tutor.
Okay. So
Only more.
so luckily, Blackwell, you are able to pick up a rumor, 2 rumors, in fact. The first rumor that you overhear the students talking about after the exam is that there is a strange student that's been seen lurking around the biblioplex.
Ooh, definitely investigate that.
Sorry.
Also, you hear that normally Dean Tolis is normally very fastidious, and you heard rumors that she was in the she's in the Archeo Memorial Hall right now, and they said they seen her as they were leaving for the exam. Yeah, so that's the rumors you hear. Was there anything else you guys wanted to do before you wrap up today? The Magister's Masquerade is tomorrow.
Una would like to go find the girls' club or the group that stole her dress ideas.
As soon as either the guy left the room or we were walking out, I would motion everybody. So I've discovered this mysterious something to do with these Ghostfire people. I'm not really sure what's going on, but have you noticed the guy in there had this gray robe and he had a pin that had these 2, like a dragon, like with 2 big horns and like a little something floating between the horns?
I thought
Notice
he was
nothing.
special teacher.
Yeah, I just thought he was like a some sort of special teacher too.
That's why he saw the inner potential. That's why I passed the spot test.
So the other day when I went to the clinic to get a cut checked out, one of them approached me and said that they were watching, they were looking out for us, that something was going on, that we were of significance to them. And then, well, I don't know, I didn't know at the time, but then 4 of them appeared at the fashion show and were watching. And then now one is administering our test out of nowhere. And
I see.
And now they seem to be interested in all of them.
No wonder I was nervous
So I
during
did
test.
not pass the test.
So I should have cheated anyway.
Well, I don't know if we passed the test or not. All I know is that they're definitely watching us for some reason.
I know my grade got fucked.
Pardon me. Is the teacher still in the room?
Or we left the room.
Well, I think Darth said he wasn't doing it.
Yeah, the teacher has left the room. Yeah.
Did he put his did he put the stuff away, or did he take it with him?
Anything he brought into the class with him, he did take with him.
I mean specifically the test.
The test he did take with him as well.
Okay. Yeah, I was totally gonna go back in there and check the results.
Yeah, but unfortunately, he took those with him. So, was there anything else you guys wanted to accomplish before the day is up?
As we are leaving, Una will summon something out of her bag because it is a new day.
Okay, and you want?
Because she needs comfort.
Okay, did you want to go to the try to go to the Play Actors Guild where you know the?
Yes, I'm going to find them bitches.
Okay.
And I have a board with me.
So as you head into, there is a.
It's a new day. It resets every dawn.
Yep. So.
I thought this was all still the same day.
This,
no, this is the next thing.
Yeah. So there is a room in the Biblioplex where the Play Actors Guild hangs out on their off time. As you try to enter, Quintelis kind of stops you at the door and he says, "I'm sorry, Una, but I can't let you in. You've been barred from extracurriculars."
Well, I'm not here for extracurriculars right now. You know why I'm here. I want to talk to them bitches. And you know I mean Quintelis.
He says, I understand, but I can't let you in. I'm sorry.
Come on, at least send them out here. I want to talk to them. I want to see why they stole our idea for this coolest costume ever.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
With advantage.
Disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage?
Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunately not going to do it. He says, "I'm sorry, Una. I really wish I could help, but..."
Look, because of this unresolved issue is the reason I failed my test today. Because I was thinking of how I was going to confront them.
He says,
Why?
"If we get the chance, I have an idea of how to get our payback."
Well, just so you know, and I point at the board, these are on standby. You know I can make 3 of these now. And let me tell you, I have my elk, and I might have a dagger with maybe I don't know. But you know you've seen the panther and the boar.
He says, "Yes, I know." He said, "I think there's less violent ways to resolve our issue."
Oh, come on, you know me, I'm like chaos. I like to watch things burn. People run, scream, and fear. You know, ha ha ha. But anyways, alright, fine. Anyways, I'm gonna go study so I can come back to my favorite place to hang. See you later.
He says, "Sorry, my
Come
dear."
on, Boris!
Okay. So you head off.
Forest.
All right. So if there's nothing else, we'll move on to the next day. You guys can get your long rest. Um, the masquerade starts at dusk. Is there any preparations that need to be made before you head to the masquerade?
Now that he
Do I
has the
just
mask on, do
salvage?
we know how the mask charm works?
I'd say so. Yeah. It's
If not, I was gonna say if not, he would have used that day to try to figure out how it works. Because then, if that's the case, he wouldn't use his mask. He would just use the mask charm to make the mask that he wanted, which is a really nice, ornate, like it's still skull, it's still bones, but like now it looks nice. Like it's like for him now, it's like yes, this is how it's supposed to be.
okay.
Okay, Una's gonna make an entrance.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll let
With two giant badgers and a giant rat.
Okay.
Not the best entrance.
Um,
I shot my load on this bag very early in this season.
okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna tell you, Una, they're not gonna let animals in. However, if you want to try to find a way to sneak them in, I will allow that.
Oh, well, I was thinking more. She gets once she's inside the masquerade, she'd do it. Cause she like obviously they're not gonna let animals in,
Okay.
but she would like go stand behind like the buffet table or something and just drop all three of them.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you if you do get seen by a professor, which is quite likely, they're gonna kick you out. Just so you know.
Okay, fine. She'll let them loose in the dorms then.
Okay.
She's like, I can't be in the guild right now. I cause chaos in the dorms. This is what they get. Oh, it's me. These are three things I don't normally summon.
Okay. So if all preparations have been made, uh, is everybody going to the masquerade? Was there anyone wanting to sit it out?
I have to.
They're definitely gonna go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have spent all my spare time trying to make a negative colored version of my outfit that I just sold.
Okay. Go ahead and roll
But
a.
yeah, I'm going for sure.
Go ahead and roll a dexterity check.
Straight dex again.
Straight dex, no advantage.
19.
Pull it off. You pull it off.
Hell.
Luna would like to wear her prismatic uniform, but she has added to it to make it more like an actual like gown. But at the same time, the gown can be removed if necessary. So it looks like it's a very interesting add-on piece to her normal prismatic robes that she wears.
Okay. Did you say you had any kind of artisan's tools?
No.
Okay.
She would have tried to piece this together on her own, which probably won't look so great.
Let's find out. Go ahead and roll a dexterity check. Straight dexterity with disadvantage.
Alright. Dexterity is not something I'm good at. Alright. Ah! Yeah, it's gonna look like shit.
Yeah, the pieces.
Accept this.
The pieces aren't.
When you get titties hanging out, girl. Fix yourself.
Yeah.
No, she just adjusted the bottom, so if anything, it's like ripped rags now rather than, actual prismatic clothing.
It doesn't look elegant, but it does look fierce. So.
She'll take fierce to go with that really cool freaking mask she has.
All right.
Some rage went into this outfit.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Luna's got some rage right now. She wants chaos. This is why she's letting loose two badgers and a giant rat in the dorms before she goes to the party.
Okay. So, you guys all put on this map here. Alright. Okay.
Ooh, big room.
All right. So
Real big.
at dusk, you guys all head over to the Kolima Hall at the Lorehold College. It looks like it's been transformed. Music, color, and laughter fill the airy space as masked and impeccably dressed students and faculty mingle. Beyond a check in stand attended by student hosts, tables are arranged with whimsical ice sculptures and ornate refreshments. A band plays energetic music near the demonstration stage, which has been turned into a dance floor. Above it all, banners depicting Strixhaven heroes hang amid drifting lanterns glowing with soft light. Um, yeah. So, what do you guys do?
I get out of the way of the doctors and the rat that are coming through, if that's what Una's walking in with.
No, Una has left those back.
Oh, okay.
They're ripping up the prismatic door right now.
Yes. All
They're
right.
they're causing some ruckus.
Did all of you guys come in formal attire, or did you choose something else to wear?
So I posted a picture of what I was wearing.
Ooh, okay.
I'm actually wearing my old lab clothes.
Okay.
Just like I do in my avatar right now.
Okay.
So
Shirtless.
Yeah,
I'm wearing.
with my bow tie.
Okay.
I'm wearing very. It's a kilt, and over in a vest, but it's all made out of like very nicely cut rabbit and fox fur, so it's all safe.
Okay.
so you can't see the whole thing. I'm wearing green dress slacks, brown dress shoes, a white dress coat, and with a blue dress shirt under it, and a black tie. I got my chicken hoodie on, and a doctor's mask.
So more or less formal. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
and the mask looks like a wolf mask, but it's a skull with inlaid stuff on.
Okay. So,
I used that mask thing
yep.
for 6 hours to make like my leafy mask just a little more like viney and willowy
Okay.
and like spotted with those like the flowers I gave to Professor Robbins.
Okay. Very nice touch. All right. So yeah, you guys open up the doors to a hallway or a large hall that has the check-in stand.
Go walking up in that thing.
Okay. You notice right off the bat that the first and second floors of the hall are crowded with people. It's considered difficult terrain to move through here.
Oh, okay.
Avril hates every second of this, by the way.
Isn't that uncomfortable about people?
Agreed. I like crowds, but not like this.
Um, yeah, do I see Onyx anywhere?
You can go ahead and roll an investigation check if you'd like. It's hard to kind of guess anyone's identity under their mask.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm trying to keep an eye out for that chick because like he still kind of has half of a mind that he has to like make sure she's not the bad guy, but at the same time like he's pretty sure that we know who the bad guy is, and he's just going unneeded towards her.
Okay.
He also doesn't know that like doesn't know how old vampires get, so he knows about them, but he doesn't know like how old they can possibly be. So hey, who knows? Might still be on the table, but for him right now, he's just like, oh god, my liver is missing.
I'm just looking for some punch, maybe some pie.
Okay.
Una will mingle with people.
Okay. Okay. The desserts you find, Nichek, are quite exquisite, but one thing stands out in particular: the flaming cheese puff balls.
Voted on that.
You did.
I kind of make that little area like my home, and like I'm just trying to stand there in front, like with my zero charisma, looking good, while Leafy like picks up cheese balls and like puts them
Okay. You said you were trying to mingle with some people.
Yes.
I'll take try on. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right.
I'll
I
kind
heard
of
about the
saunter.
cheese balls.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a d8 for me, Una.
Alright. What the hell? That's like what? My 7th one tonight from a random roll?
Yeah, that's rough. Okay.
I'm glad these aren't D20s, but still, a 1 ow. Una is not doing great.
Right. So as you are walking around, kind of intermingling with the students, go ahead and roll a perception check for me. Ooh, okay. That's not too bad. It's better.
Better than a 1.
So a student approaches you and asks you for a dance. What?
Student good looking.
As good looking as you can look from behind a mask.
You'll dance with him.
Okay, perfect. So you spend your time dancing for now.
I'll still ask him dancing like, so, you having fun here? How long have you been dancing? You actually got some good
So I do like to dance from time to time. I've been here for this is my second year at Strixhaven.
Second year from you too.
Looking for a note right quick. Sorry. Here we go. So, you did hear a rumor as you're kind of dancing around other students. You hear a rumor that supposedly one of the founder dragons will be a surprise guest of honor at the masquerade. Um, all right, and then Avril, what did you say you were doing?
Um, honestly, he's not trying to stick out too much, but he is trying to keep his eye out for that girl because his whole reason of being here is that he's supposed to get one if she does.
Okay, go.
He's just being himself. If she can't figure out which one he is, then it's not his fault.
Okay, so you're not actively looking for her necessarily.
No, but he's probably the only dude out there first. So that's kind of what his mindset is. He's like, I'm gonna be in the middle of the room somewhere where she can find me. She told me to show up, so I'll be here. If there's somewhere they're selling drinks, that's where he'll be.
Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check for me. Okay. As far as you can see, no one really stands out as being her. However, the drinks are phenomenal. Um,
Perfect. He's getting everything he needs.
all right.
Where are the drinks being sold at? So I don't care.
Well, there is a drink table over here. I'll put your character over there. As well as they are being served around, circulating. There are trays floating in the air that circulate around the hall with trays of food and drinks. They're kind of throughout the hall.
Yeah, he's looking for a table. Not trying to do too much. Somewhere near the entrance, because as far as he sees it, try to talk to her. And after he talks to her and figures some stuff out, or she tries to take him to some sort of secret meeting, cool. He might get to punch some people. Dope.
Okay.
If not, nothing happens, and he has to turn something around and check it out. It is what it is. And it tells him it's totally fair.
Okay. Runner, what were you wanting to do during this time?
I think right now I'd probably be walking around just seeing if I can see anybody that had those Windows pins on.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Fire pits.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check for me.
Where's the snack table at?
The snack table would be over here.
Cool.
Ooh, and 25. Okay.
That's pretty good.
That expertise in investigation.
I was gonna say, I think
Okay. As you look around, you're able to spot a few of them. There's about 4 people in total you find with one on. Only one of which, though, appears to be a student. The rest are all faculty members. And they're all kind of in a gathering right now.
Like they're all talking amongst themselves.
All of them, all the faculty members are, yeah.
I'll approach the student if are they talking to anybody else or are they by themselves?
They're mingling. They're not like actively having a conversation, like of note. This student here. don't know if you were able to see that, but there we go.
Yeah. Here.
Yep.
Hello. How are you enjoying the party?
Oh, it's quite fantastic actually. I was surprised. I didn't think it would turn out so well. How about
So
you?
we have common interest, and I'll gesture toward the pen.
I see. Uh, well, what can I do for you?
I had a gentleman come by and talk to me once. Said something about Ghostfire. I'll try to say that really low, quietly.
She says, "Okay, let's go find a table, or let's have a dance."
Absolutely.
Okay. You guys head off over here to have a dance. The dance.
Mirth, so lucky.
Una, I'm gonna put you on here as well. You're dancing with somebody. All right. And Blackwell, uh, was there anything you wanted to do during this time?
Not particularly. Just wallflowering it. I am curious what that robot's doing here.
So it looks like the cogwork artifice that are around here are helping serve drinks and clean up after people. There's actually
Okay. I didn't know they could do that.
yeah, they're very useful little things.
I have a question.
Sure.
Does any of this feel like the vision I saw when I touched that relic? Like, am I having any sort of deja vu or anything like that?
Not immediately. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
I don't know how.
Dang.
Man, dude.
I don't know how.
Killing it.
It's so ridiculous.
Damn.
It's
You
like when you need it, spells within you. Just because.
It's part of the cards.
Rules were at the beginning of the day.
so you didn't actually see the orc, I don't think. Let me check. Did you?
The what?
The people that was in the biblioplex with Professor Onyx in the first adventure. I don't think you actually got eyes on them.
Oh, I was the only one who got
No.
eyes on.
Yeah, I came around the other,
Yeah.
like the other direction as they dipped out. So if anything, I saw like the back, but
Okay.
We saw the back of their heads as well from chasing after them and shooting fire at them. I did make them drop a book, and then they picked it up.
So the visions, you're not sure what they are, but you've seen several people in like gray and purple floating masks, like masks that float where their face should be. They seem to either be killing people, like, or stealing stuff, very bad things, like just little flashes of visions like that. And then that
okay.
the one guy that I showed you came up in the picture as well.
Yeah. Like, well, okay, so what I was going to say, if it feels anything like that, like if I'm getting any of that sort of vibe from, like, this just vast amount of people, like, I wanted to, like, look for that guy. Like, I know it'd be hard to determine, like, that guy with, like, masks on. I'd probably be looking for somebody with, like the side streaks in their hair. Like maybe they're wearing a mask, but like we got that little touch of gray on the sides.
Okay. Well, you don't notice anything like that. However,
Okay.
a couple students pass by you. Um, you take a look at one of them, and those visions just come rushing back, just in a flash.
Hmm. Do I notice anything particular about them?
They look to be probably Silver Quill students. They're dressed in black and white. Um,
Okay.
they're both behind a mask, so it's kind of hard to tell
Yeah.
anything else from them.
Is there anything particular about like the masks that they're wearing?
They
That
look
like
pretty typical of something a Silver Quill student would wear. They don't look
okay. So
crazy.
nothing. Yeah. No like highly distinguishing features about them or anything like that.
Right.
Okay. Um,
I
can
could.
I kind of trail them around?
Yeah. I'll say too, with your perception check, you could probably tell that one is a female and one is a male.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to blend in with the crowd, but keep an eye on them for sure.
Okay. I'm gonna put your token with them. All right. So going back to Una, after some chit chatting with this student and kind of listening into what's around you, um, unfortunately, the student ends up revealing, like, as you guys are chit chatting, he keeps talking about this one girl over and over again. Doesn't really give a name, but he essentially reveals that he reveals that he has feelings for this other student, and kind of leaves you hanging during the dance.
Ugh.
Brutal.
Yeah, pretty brutal.
Look, dancing with me ain't gonna get that stuff. So go talk to her. I'm going to make my way to a punch bowl or something and just get a very heavy drink.
Right over to Nietzsche.
Avril,
Yeah.
Avril will wave her over.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Um, so, Runner, you're having a dance with this Ghostfire member. What do you say?
What is all this about? What is? I keep interacting with people that are wearing that pin, and I have no clue what's happening. If you're interested, do you know anything? You're a student, I presume.
Uh, Go ahead and roll an insight check. That's enough. So you kind of get a glimpse as she turns her head, like looking around to see if anyone's super close or anything. You notice that she has really long red hair. Um, you kind of get a glimpse of her face. It looks like Casmina. The one that let you into or led you into the plaza of Strixhaven. Um, she says, "Well, Runner, or should I call you? Gotta find your actual name. Forget what it is.
Just type, dark, dark, or Deanna.
Or you could just say such your actual name. Nobody else knows. It's still a bad conversation.
It's true, yeah."
That way he understands the implications.
Oh yeah, you been that one thing. I got you here. We're good. Yeah, so she calls you by your actual name. Um, she
That would definitely make him stumble at his dance move. Like that would definitely get under his. How how do you know? How do you know that?
she says, "How do you think you got here? We hand selected all of you.
So you're the ones that sent us the letters.
She says, I did that part." She says, "The there's a reason we brought you here. You probably heard the rumors that, uh, well, you may not have heard them. The A lot of people say around here that this is actually a test. This masquerade event, but in truth, it's only a test for a few. Um, and it's not just the masquerade; it's the entirety of Strixhaven. Sure, we've been watching you with Professor Onyx, and we understand that you're helping her with some problems.
Yeah, we saw something happen the first day that was quite troubling, and it led to one of my compatriots being community subordinate.
She says, a lot of people don't know this yet, but this is the work of Extus. He's the leader of the work. Um, she says he has this plan to summon one of the avatars from the Blood Age back to Strixhaven to destroy it.
What would that do? What is an avatar from the Blood Age?
She says, "Well, it's a long story, but just know that Strixhaven will be turned into rubble unless the Elder Dragons show up, which they haven't done in a long time. You know that the Elder Dragons are the ones that the colleges of Strixhaven are named after, like Prismari, Silverquill, stuff like that. Um, so in the meantime,
Are you doing anything about it? Is this Exodus? Is this your responsibility? Is that what that pit means?
she says, "No, like I said when we first met, I'm here to help you. This is for you and your friends to solve. The test,
Do you have plans for us? What is this a test toward?
perhaps. We want to see how well you do under pressure."
Very well.
I'm gonna come back to you, Runner.
Okay.
So, uh, Blackwell. Um, you were looking around for
For Onyx.
Onyx. Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Nope.
Yep. Can't find her in the crowd. There's just too many people in here and too many masks.
Yeah, not helping that I'm not actually, you know, going in there. I'm going to activate my ability, enter that ethereal plane, and see if that helps me out any.
Okay.
That way, I just move through people without having to worry about that at all.
Perfect.
And
Okay.
if I see any body that looks like they could be faculty. I'm gonna walk in that direction. Still scanning over, people.
Okay. Um, you see a group of faculty members over here. Um, they looks like there's a bunch of them. They're all colored in different school colors. Um, as you move over there, Una and Avril, um, what are you guys up to? You guys meet up, get some drinks.
Well, Una's
Uh,
going to take a shot at her drink really fastly. I got left on the dance floor. And
I've not gotten to the dance floor yet.
you and I should dance at one point just so, appearances. I mean, it is a party. By the way, there's a rumor going around about possible, like, I guess, one of the dragon tongues might be showing up, just in case they wanted to pick up a drink.
Eldritch Dragon too?
Hmm?
I've used the berry too.
It would be
Uh,
awesome.
I
But
would
it's
like
just
to
a
see.
rumor. I
Yeah.
would.
Rumors are like assholes. Everybody has.
Oh, yeah. Well, how about this? You and I get super drunk and have a duel later. If this
Yes,
party
I'm
gets
in.
cold, we
Drink.
should definitely. Yes, okay. We need more drinks over here!
See
They
one,
can go get wasted.
May get too.
one of the Cogwork archivists come over and get you guys some drinks. Nietzsche, go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
Okay. Do I have advantage from all the people around?
He's a little fella in a big people world.
I'm gonna need it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say you do.
Just that little kid crawling between people's legs and stuff. Sneaking around.
17.
17. Okay. Um. All right. So you lead up to the upper floors.
Okay.
Second floor. You kind of move past all the crowds of people as you're following the two, and they make their way outside of. They kind of sneak off around a corner where there's not any people, and they start to head that way. Uh, did you want to follow them?
Yeah. I like whisper up Leafy. Leafy, hurry. Let's do this. And I throw up a little fist and get a little pound, and there you go.
Okay. So you start following them down this hallway. Um, Runner, we'll come back to you real quick. Did you have any more questions for Casmina?
Okay, so I think I understand. So it's almost as if this entire experience is an experience within an experience. It makes a lot of things make more sense. Should
Yes.
should I let my compatriots know? Is that use the test?
She says no. Few people knows of us across the plains. However, it would be in your best interest to keep it between you and your allies, because the orc are watching.
Very well. I'll go ahead and just kind of make small talk about school until we finish the dance.
Okay. As she heads off after the dance, she says, "Well, I'll see you again soon, recruit." Usually
I'll
would.
give her a bow and kind of raise an eyebrow at the last part.
Okay. So she heads off. She kind of gives you a bow in return, like a dance bow.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah.
Okay. So Nietzsche, you come across the pair. Um, so the female one takes off her mask, and you see her two long dark braids swing over her shoulders as she takes off her headpiece. She has lavender tinted eyes that stand out against her mahogany skin, and she goes from like bubbly and animated to mysterious in a flash. Um, the she tells the male, she says, "Remove your mask, Killian." And
What was the name?
Killian, you actually recognize both of these people.
Okay.
They're the two that you had a chat with. You flirted with the girl a little bit. She kind of turned you down.
Oh yeah. Okay. So it's Vanessa and
Killian, yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Um, she pulls out a dagger. Um, she says, "Swear your oath to the orc right now, Killian." See what happens.
How far away from?
So you're no longer in difficult terrain because you're outside of the people.
Okay.
I'm assuming you'd be around like this, behind this wall or something, like so, like right
Okay.
here. So yeah, where they are at. This is these are 5 foot squares. So
Okay. Um. Okay.
okay, so um, make a intimidation versus a. Let's see. Ooh, that is a nat 20 on the intimidation. 204. So, yeah. So the male looks very shook. He doesn't seem like he really wants to do this. But at the end, she kind of puts out both of their hands and they both grab the dagger. And she pulls it out, and you see them make like a blood pact essentially right in front of you.
Okay.
She holds out a purple orb and puts it in Killian's hand. And he kind of puts it away. And he says, "What now?" She says, "Go back to the party and act like nothing ever happened. We'll talk again soon." And he kind of nods his head and he starts walking back your way.
What does she do?
She kind of just stays behind for a little bit. You can see on her face she's got a kind of a smirk.
Okay. Can I? Does it? So, I imagine that I'm like peeking through a door right now.
Yes.
At like what's going on. Is this door? Does it have a lock on it?
Yes. Looks like it does.
Okay. I would like to take Leafy off my head, put him down next to me, and I would like to take a card
Okay.
and throw it like there's two doors in this room, right?
Yes. This one leads back out to where people are at over here.
Yeah, that's kind of what I assumed.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I would like to take this card. Throw it right there,
Ooh.
or
Okay.
like whatever 30 feet is. Right there, I guess.
Okay.
But like face down, like a trap sort of thing,
For sure.
and then like kind of hide behind the door.
Okay. Go ahead and roll
Like,
another stealth check for me.
okay. 21.
21's okay. You got the same modifier for your stealth as sleight of hand.
Oh, no, 19.
19. Okay. All right. um, okay. So, what is that card exactly? I couldn't see the
It's a fire beetle.
fire beetle. Okay.
Um, basically, what I want to do is after he comes in, I want to like lock the door behind him and get a little one-on-one action, whether that be vocal or
Otherwise.
something else.
Okay. Okay. So, what I'm gonna have you do? Go ahead. And you said you have thieves' tools, right?
I do not.
Do not. Okay.
No, I have cards and painter's supplies.
How do you plan on locking the door?
I don't know. You just said there was a lock on it. So,
There is a lock.
is the lock on the other side? Is that what you're?
There's a lock on both sides, but I mean,
Okay.
you gotta lock. It's like a keyhole. Like you gotta lock it somehow.
Okay. Okay. I guess I wouldn't lock it. I
Okay.
would just put. I would. I'd push Leafy in the way of the door, so if anybody tries
Okay.
to open it, just hold it.
Perfect. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me adjust their tokens real quick since you know who they are now. It's gonna get interesting here. While I'm doing this, in the meantime, the rest of you guys see Dean Tolis come on the stage, and you hear the music fall silent, and the spotlights shine upon the second floor balcony as Dean Tolis approaches the railing. The dean is unmasked and resplendent in a gown made of golden scrolls. Magic amplifies her voice, carrying it through the hall. She says, "Students, faculty, honored guests of Strixhaven, welcome to the Magister's Masquerade. I know many of you have been looking forward to this night as much as I have, and I promise it will be a night to remember." She gestures towards the massive statue in the hall's center. She says, "Centuries ago, wise Kolima established this masquerade as a Strixhaven tradition to bring students of all our colleges together, to show the potential of our university's mission, and to create a night of magic. Tonight we are honored by the presence of his spirit and wisdom once again, for the history lives here at Strixhaven, and nothing is ever truly forgotten. Now you have all been promised a starlit night, so one and all come to the dance among the stars." And then she lifts her hand up, and you see these bright magical orbs start to shine across the whole dome of this building, and the lights dim down. Um, you start to see a few students that are on the stage start to float up in the air, and they start to fly and dance in the air.
Would Una know these students from her guild, or is this just a different group in general?
It's just students that are mingling, like dancing on the dance floor.
Ah, okay. Show offs. Another big shot.
At second level, I'm able to have 4 cards drawn from my deck, so can I draw one more?
Yeah.
Because I only got 3. Okay.
Okay. Let me get these two. All right. While I am doing this, it looks like it's about time to call it. So I think we're gonna leave here with the tensions building.
Bro.
Gotta leave that cliffhanger, you know.
It's hung.
It's hung.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, to everybody on stream, thank you for watching. We're gonna pick up with the action next week.
Hell yeah.
Join us on Discord.
For sure.
Oh, you were joking.
Yeah. And yeah, follow our
That
YouTube.